welcome. Let's do some working out. Okay, we're going to start with our knees bent, hands are going to be on the shins. We're going to stay tall on the spine, drop that chin toward the chest, and slowly lower down. Kind of hanging here for a moment, feeling that stretch and that breath through the back body, the side body. Breathe into it here for a moment. Inhale and exhale. As you're doing this, you want to try to really find the release across the head, neck, shoulders, and spine. Just breathe into that. And here you can roll up one vertebrae at a time so that you are nice and tall through the body. We're going to lower down onto our backs here. And in this position, we're going to focus a little bit just on establishing our core connection. So you want to make sure you have your back in that imprinted position. So there's a little bit of a tilt. Your hip bone should be a little bit lower than your pubic bone. You can kind of play with that rocking to find that sensation. Rest the arms there beside the body. Lift one leg to tabletop, and we're going to just switch, tapping that foot down. Good, so that's about 10, and for the sake of this, I'm going to try to do most things in about 10s or 5s. So you can count for yourself, especially because sometimes I don't count really great. I'll be honest, I'm thinking about a lot of things. You're going to tap your heels down, exhale to lift up. You can also tap your toes down, exhale to lift up. Now if that bothers the low back here, it's feeling uncomfortable for any reason, just go into one leg tapping. But we're going for 10 of these, so that's about 5. And then we have one more set, heel tap and toe tap, and then hug those knees in. You can lower one foot down and extend the other leg to the sky, point through that toe. Now in this position, if you would like to, you can extend this other leg all the way straight. What tends to happen is that our backs start to arch and we lose our imprint. So for me, I prefer having that leg bent. You're going to point through that foot. We're going to circle through the leg. Now as you're doing this circle, you're going to watch that that hip doesn't pull off. We want to keep that hip grounded. Inhale and exhale. That exhale happens as the leg reaches away. Inhale at the top. We're going to go one more time. And then reverse. Now if you're feeling some pops and snaps and crackles, then just limit that circle. That's totally fine. If it bothers you, you're feeling achy, you can try to bend into the knee to keep it even lighter. We're going for one more circle, and then we'll reverse. Not sorry, reverse, but switch. Here again, we draw that circle. Now I have a wall in my way, so I'm limiting my circle, but you might have more range. And everybody's going to be different here, so you're by yourself, unless you've got your roommates or buddies or pals with you. But you want to keep feeling that core stability, the hip stability, and worry less about how big that circle is. We have 2 more. One more time. And then both feet down. Take a moment, just kind of hug your knees into your chest, and then stretch those legs out long. We're going to roll over onto our stomachs here. Now, as you're in this position, if you're feeling like it's kind of bony or uncomfortable, you can always grab like a little towel or cushion, sweatshirt, whatever you have handy to go underneath kind of the hips and pelvis. Especially if you have any low back issues, putting something there is going to help stay out of the low back. So I recommend that. Additionally, you can allow those legs to be externally rotated about the width of your mat. You'll lower onto your stomach. Your hands are somewhere near your shoulders. Your elbows are down. Your shoulders are reaching down toward your pelvis, your hips. But hands are flat here. We're going to slide the shoulders down. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, we're only going to lift a little bit. So the forearms stay down for this. Your focus is just a little bit in front of you, and then lower back down. It's almost as though you had like a little pencil right there on the floor, and with your nose you just kind of nudged it out and watched it roll away. Breathe it in and lower it down. Exhale that. Inhale, the shoulders slide down. Exhale, we rise up. Draw up through the core, tighten up the abs. Breathe it in, lengthen the neck, and lower. And one more time like that. Shoulders and lengthen, hold, and lower. Here we're going to take the hands underneath the forehead. Breathe in. You've got two options here. Option number one is to exhale, lift the arms with you. So that's more from the upper thoracic spine and lower down. Option number two, lift up the same, but keep those arms down, working just a little bit of a lighter lever there. And lower. Inhale, shoulders slide down. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, hold, draw up through the core, and lower it down. One more time like that, shoulders, and rise. We stay, hold, 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 and lower. Here we're gonna reach those arms out long, with the legs out long. Breathe it in, and exhale, everything's gonna lift up. We hold here, we start to paddle. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Lift a little higher, lower down. I'm gonna pull back into a little child's pose stretch. You can do the same. We wanna be kind to that low back there. So this just kind of helps relieve any tension, especially if you have any low back tension. You might do half as much as what we just did right there. We trust you to listen to your body as always, and roll up from there. Good. We're going to turn now to the side. This comes in two variations. We're just going to do the first one for now, because later we're going to do some planks, some side planks. But here what's happening is our ankles are crossed. The leg is down, so the shin is down, the knee is down, and the other knee is pointed up. Now when you take your other hand out, you kind of want to see that this space creates a little bit of a triangle. So your hand is out from your rear end, your other arm is there. We'll press into that shin and we reach up and over for a nice lateral stretch. Breathe into that and lower down. We're doing 5 of these. That was number 1. Breathe it out. And 2. 3 more. Breathe out. 2 more. It's a really beautiful day outside, so I'm gonna walk after this. And I hope you do too. And then switch. We'll go to the other side. That might have been 6, but I already said my apologies in advance if I don't count these correctly. Breathe it out. So you've got the same positioning. You're coming onto that shin and reaching up and over and then lowering down. Breathe out. Exhale. And down. 3 more. Good. 2 more times. 1 more time. Good. And relax. Here, we're going to turn to do a little planking. So I want to give you some options here. When you plank, you can just have those knees down and come into a bit of a half plank. The legs can be up or down, whatever feels good. Additionally, if you need to, you can be on those forearms. So whatever plank you want to be in. I'm going to start with just your full regular plank. You've seen all the options. Lift up and we're going to hold here. Now in this position, breathe it in, slight shift forward and back. Just a little bit of movement. Feel your core strong. doing 3 more. Feel those heels shifting forward and back. 2 and 1. And we lower it down, pull the hips back, stretch across the shoulders here. Now remember, you could do that with your forearms, you can do that with the knees down. If you want, if that's too much, you can always be just sort of in a completely all fours position and maybe just lift one leg and work that balance. So that's your very minimal movement there, action. We're gonna come back to the plank and add just a little bit more to it because hello, that's how we do it in Pilates. So extend those legs back out. Good, now we're gonna lift that leg, we're gonna point, flex, and lower. Lift, point, flex, and lower. Now you can continue to do this, but if you need more options here, you can maybe just lift instead of shifting, or shift instead of lifting. Keep going, whatever you're choosing to do, so I want to give more options. This can be the same thing, lift and lower with the knees down. And additionally, with the elbows down. And you can do that in your full plank. So I'll just do one more round with the forearms so that you have a bit of an idea. And then it will all lower down. Pull those hips back, stretch it out, release in the head and neck. We're gonna roll up from there. All right, meet me back here in just a moment.